Welcome to Miss Martin Muses and Midweek Musings. I am back. I am back. I have time. I'm so happy that I'm able to be here with you. Now, I got this idea for a stream because, first of all, we lost Maggie Smith. Then we lost Drake Hoxton or John Black from Days of Our Lives, and then they just kept coming. And then I recalled that very recently, just 2 weeks ago, we had lost, of course, uh, the late um, great voice of Darth Vader. Uh, and it's just like, it's almost too much, you know? It's like, what's going on? So I decided let's go ahead and go through some of our favorite moments from these actors and maybe share. Well, look who's here all the way from the future. It is Potato Reverend. What are your memories? It has been a long time. Am I okay? Well, personally, I am much better. Much better. Because actually, I should probably say when I said it's been a rough few weeks, it's been a rough few weeks for those of us that love a lot of legends. Um, Personally, things have gotten much better because a lot of the people that have been very ill are better. So I just kind of do the best that I can, moving along. I still have a few people that are terminally ill, and that's difficult. That's difficult to deal with, but we just move on. I legit cried when we lost Maggie Smith. Yeah, that was a rough one. Thank God. Yeah, I lost my friend not too far back. Oh, so sorry to hear that. Yes. But, Maggie Smith is one of those that I first saw in Hook. I think that's when she came to my attention, when she played the elderly Wendy, and of course, stole every single scene. Then it was Sister Act, where she was the Mother Superior. Yeah, oh, let me go ahead. I've got a picture of her here. But I think one of the ones that really stuck with most of us is her role as McGonagall. She personified that character, and I think a lot of people who were born in the late '90s or they were this is how they know her mostly. It's very rare that somebody just goes into a role and just personifies it exactly the way that you imagined it, and that's the way McGonagall was for me in this role. Another great character that she played was, of course, in Downton Abbey, and oh my gosh, when she spoiler alert if you like Downton Abbey, the movies, they had the character pass away after the second movie. At the end of that, it was very much like a funeral for her, because we knew that she wasn't gonna be with us too much longer. The lady was up there in years. On the other hand, I don't know, some people live to 100, but I bawled my eyes out when that happened in Downton Abbey and everyone kind of paid their respects. So I think going back and rewatching the second Downton Abbey movie, that's gonna be especially poignant. I also saw that at the Universal Studios, people put their wands up in memory of Maggie Smith, and I thought that was great too. Yes, she will always be Professor McGonagall to me, says Potato and yes, it's been a rough few weeks. Yes, it has. Matt Smith will always be the doctor. Yes, I think acting-wise, he definitely was the best. Of course, everyone's got their own favorite doctors. It's only until recently that the doctors were not really doctors. They were completely out of character and not okay. Wasn't she in the Clash of the Titans, the original version? I don't believe so, but that doesn't mean that she wasn't. Claire, oh, what's her name? Those all those famous Shakespearean actors were in it, including Laurence Olivier. Maggie, she might have been. Now, the role that she won an Oscar from was the Prime of Miss Jane Brodie. I have never seen that. Holy moly, I stand corrected. I stand completely corrected. Look at her. I have never quite seen her like that. I thought you oh, I was confusing her with the other holy crud. Maybe I should show it. But yes, everyone Google Maggie Smith Clash of the Titans. She is a goddess. Hello, gorillas, random thoughts. Kapla. Yeah. Hello, welcome. Yeah, I saw an interview, says Potato Ribbon, and they asked her, "What do you wish for after all your years in acting?" Oh, she said to hug her husband one more time. I hope she got to do it. Yeah. R.I.P. Hello. Yeah. Okay. I'll never say I don't think so ever again. I should, but I really was thinking of the character, the other character. What was her name? I don't remember. But you know what? It's my channel, so I can forget things. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Hey, Spud. Yes. Prime Miss Jane Brody is what won her the Oscar. She won a Tony Award, acting award, and of course, I'm sure she won several BAFTAs. I don't know off the top of my head. Golden Globes, Emmys. Did she win more than one Academy Award? She might have. Help me out in the chat. Yeah. But just the way as McGonagall, she could be so stern yet so loving. I mean, my gosh. McGonagall gorilla. Smash that like. Yes, please. Thank you. Yeah. Well, please, all of you, share some of your favorite memories about Maggie Smith. And, it just doesn't surprise me, actually, that she's just been in so many things. So many things that she did when she was young before we even knew she was. She won all the awards but the Grammy. Fair enough. Which kind of makes sense. However, some people have won Grammys by doing audio stuff, but words, but that's okay. No other character she was thinking of. No, for other characters she was thinking of. Oh, got you. I always wanted to do that. Hmm. Oh, dear. But yeah. Now, she was 89, though. I don't want to say that it's okay for anyone to die because dying maybe isn't the thing that we all look forward to the most in this life. However, she was 89 and lived a full life. Gorilla's Random Thought says, "Should I turn one of you into a pocket watch so you'll be on time?" Yes, yes, the way she says that. And when Ron goes, "That was bloody brilliant," when she turns from the cat into her form, and she goes, like, "Oh, thank you for that assessment," and then balls them out. I love it. Soul Assassin says, "Sadly, I only know her from Harry Potter and Clash. I think her son was Flint in the Black Sails TV series." He was, yes. He also was in Twelfth Night, the movie, and he played Mr. Rochester in a version of Jane Eyre. I love him. Not today, Mr. Weasley. That is correct. Not today. Gosh, she was so good. Yeah, good times. I'm assuming it was old age, I guess, just something of this none of our business. She was in the hospital, but you know, she was 89. Potato Reverend says, "She was asked by a 6-year-old, 'Were you really a cat?' She heard herself replying before she could think, 'Will you just pull yourself together?'" Oh boy. Yeah. I have seen some actors, it'd be really sweet. It's like, "Well, of course I was, and not quite lying. It's magic." We need to believe in magic. We need to believe in fun things. What makes someone like McGonagall so cool, though, was even though she was a little bit biased toward the Gryffindors when it came to Quidditch, because Quidditch was like a whole other realm of a whole other realm of priorities, borderline cheating. But for the most part, she was always fair. She was always fair to them, the students, no matter what, and she would take points away from Harry Potter and them for breaking the rules. Yeah. All right, so that is Maggie Smith. Now, this one hit me pretty hard. Now, I don't know if a lot of you gentlemen know who he is, but this is Drake Hogston. He was John Black in the soap opera Days of Our Lives. He played John Black for 38 years. It's almost like a family thing. I quit watching Days around 2005. My mom kept watching. My mom watched it, I think, almost from the very beginning. But John Black came in 1986, originally as this very mysterious character. And then they had it that he had plastic surgery and was really Roman, the character that Marlena Evans, the psychiatrist who'd lost her husband. And we're like, it's Roman. And he was Roman for like 5 years. And then they changed their mind and said, no, he just had the memories implanted. And then he's been John Black for the rest of the years. He's a legend. In our family, we'll always say, "Oh, you go John Black when you just like go superhuman." He was able to swim and rescue a woman in the middle of a hurricane in the ocean, and it was crazy. Yeah, so we love Drake. Oh, this is a comment from Potato Reverend back about Maggie Smith. I love her joke on set. Where is Dumbledore? Hold on. 20 points to Slytherin. Dumbledore breaks through door. 50 points to Gryffindor. Ah, okay. Yeah. Now, this was one that was a little bit sudden because he was 70. Now, 70 isn't exactly a spring chicken, but he was taken from us too soon. He had pancreatic cancer. I didn't know that he did. I don't know if it was actually public until he passed away, but one day before his 71st birthday on Saturday, he passed away. I think his birthday was on Sunday. Some of my favorite stories with John Black included this character named Isabella, and he would call her Izzy B. And their love was just so pure. Shortly after they got married, she had been pregnant while they got married. Shortly after that, she got diagnosed with cancer. The character did, because the actress actually wanted to quit acting. She didn't like acting. I can only imagine the kind of thing she saw that made her change her mind. And so he took Isabella to Italy with their little boy Brady, and while they were listening to a street singer and he held her in his arms and was like they were dancing, she passed away. That was one of the most moving things I think I've ever seen ever in a soap opera. It was such a beautiful story. So R.I.P. 5 points to each for sheer dumb luck. Yes. Now, he was a man who became an actor because he was injured. He was a baseball player. He played for the big leagues. I forget which team, very briefly, and he got injured, so he couldn't play anymore. And then he auditioned for Days of Our Lives. It was his first role, and he got it. Stayed married to the same woman for I don't know how many years. He had 4 children. He was a grandfather. So, yeah, John Black, R.I.P. Always our John Black. James Earl Jones. I mean, for crying out loud. All of us were terrified by Darth Vader, but especially his deep, deep voice. and the lines delivered so dryly, but so ingeniously. He was also a man who was in the military. He fought in the Korean War, and while he was there, he actually converted to Catholicism and was in several things, a Tony Award winner. What was the name of it? Fences. I remember seeing that clip because that was the same Tony Award ceremony when the Phantom of the Opera was there, so I was watching it. The voice of CNN, well, no judgment there, but, CNN. I can't even obviously do it. His voice. He played in Roots, the sequel to Roots, rather. I mean, I feel like I'm being very silly. We all know who James Earl Jones is and was and what he played. Best of the best. Shout out to Steve Kenobi. He was the one who made me watch that movie where James Earl Jones plays a character I wasn't used to seeing him play. It was it a karate team? Taekwondo? I forget what it was, but martial arts competition, and he was the manager. It is a Dega Outlaw. Hello, a Dega Outlaw. Thank you for being here. Everyone, he is as an author. He has some books available on Amazon, is where you can find them if you want to read some of his work. Potato Bourbon says, Ian McKellen said last week, he can feel he doesn't have long left. He can feel his life leaving him. He will retire soon. Yeah. Well, they're getting old. They're getting old. Soul Assassin says, Hello, voice. Everyone knew who James Earl Jones is without even seeing him. Yes. Everyone saying hello. Darren M. Hello. Loved him in Field of Dreams, a baseball connection there. Oh, yes. I probably should watch that movie. I'm going to be a stereotype. I'm a chick and I never really liked baseball, so I don't understand it, but maybe I should have watched it. Maybe I should watch it. Ah, boy. Yeah, Field of Dreams and Coming to America. I think that was the first role I saw him in that wasn't Darth Vader as a kid. Look, everyone is here saying hello. I need to see it. All right. You know, that might be an appropriate movie to watch in November, that we celebrate all the saints and then all the souls. Hey, Miss Martin, are you free Friday? Actually, I am not. I have a class to teach. So I'm busy unless you're talking about the evening. Maybe go ahead and DM me and I'll see. I don't know. I'll have to look at my calendar. But yeah, love me some James Earl Jones. And Conan, of course. A lot of people know him from Conan. Conan the Barbarian. He was in the first movie. I don't know if he was in the second movie. I don't know because I actually know more about Conan in the books rather than in when I say the books, I mean the stories of Robert E. Howard than I actually know from the movie. I watched the movie way back in the day as a kid in the 80s. Once again, I'm gonna be a stereotype. I'm not I wasn't too impressed. I wasn't an action girl. I was not an action girl. Potato Raymond said, he said he was mute for a long time, and when he spoke, he had the voice. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, the art of elocution is just something that we don't seem to have anymore. Like, think about it. You've got someone like James Earl Jones. I listen to that voice. Christopher Lee, listen to his voice. You got Ian McKellen. You've got Derek Jacobi. You've got all of these great Shakespearean actors. Hell, look at Laurence Olivier. For that matter, look at Maggie Smith. That there is an art to speaking that we just don't seem to have today. I think it's because they're not as classically trained. Maybe a lot of actors are not doing enough theater. But yeah, to have a voice like that that deep bass voice. Whew, really amazing. And there is an art to speech. "Hello, lovely lady," or "Howdy, lovely lady," says Mr. Great Gregory AI. Well, thank you for being here. And someone who's not AI, of course, was James Earl Jones and his amazing voice. So if you have any particular memories of him, true story. Before the internet, I was 6 years old, and my mom and her friends, we all went to see The Empire Strikes Back together. We did not know that Darth Vader was Luke's father. And when he goes, "No, I am your father," everyone lost it. My mom's like, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh." I was like, I mean, and just the way he just delivered it, like almost he knew what he was doing, or he was just doing a job. Who knows? But amazing. Look at people saying hello to each other. We love people here at Miss Martin Muses. I try to be a nice, good, and happy person. I'm doing the best that I can. Yes, I am, precious. Potato Rim says, "My first introduction to him was Mufasa." Oh, how could I forget? "Simba, remember who you are." Yeah. Oh, that's what a lot of people's first memories of him were. Yeah. Especially if you're born a little bit later. The Lion King. Yeah. Good times. In his later years, I'm trying to think. Well, he did Darth Vader in the prequel trilogy. Did they use him for, Rogue One? They must have. They must have. Mr. Grant Gregory AI says he was Bleedy Gums Murphy on The Simpsons. Oh, yes. Yeah, did a lot of voice work. Oh, dear. Yes, yes. R.I.P. Potato Ribbon says he recorded 80,000 lines and gave Disney his voice to use as Vader. Oh, okay, that's fair. That's fair. And heck, I would too. If I knew that it was gonna help my retirement and for my kids' inheritance, it's like, sure, I'll go ahead and do that. I'll sell my soul. I'll sell my voice. Why not? It sucks. Yes, it does. Thank you for being here, Heisman. I mean, it does. We're never gonna Things just aren't gonna quite be the same. They are not. Soul Assassin says, "Imagine being his kids and getting yelled at by Vader." Oh, I would be terrified. Terrified. "You will go to bed and turn out your light now." Oh, no, thank you. I'll bet you at parties and stuff, they're like, "Be Darth Vader, doing the Darth Vader voice." I would have done that. Oh, so much fun. Yeah. Now, he's the only one that died like 2 weeks ago. Everyone else, I've got like, what, 7 people up here? Or 8. Out of all the 8, 7 of them died since like last Friday. It was insane. And no one wants to jinx it by saying who's next because, we don't want that. We want people to stay with us. Here's another one, John Ashton. He is someone that I was not too incredibly familiar with. I recently watched for the first time, don't hate me, Beverly Hills Cop, numbers 1, 2, and then the recent one. So happy he was able to participate in that movie. Definitely older man, and in hindsight, maybe not doing as well. Actually, I'm not sure what John Ashton died of, but I A part of me's thinking cancer. It just seems like cancer is getting everyone. Back to James Earl Jones, I'd say he could get his grandchildren to sleep by reading to them the phone book, says Potato Revan. Yes, another one like that is Robert Carlyle. Oh, by the way, who has to live forever? Did you have John Amos's death? Not yet. Not yet. He's coming. He's on the list. People always say it happens in threes. Yeah, but this is ridiculous. He was great in Beverly Hills 4. He was just done. LOL. Yes. Oh, I forgot there was a third one. I was told to skip the third one. Yes, R.I.P. Yeah. Oh, it was cancer. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I mean, that movie was hilarious. He and the other guy, I forget his name, but the guy that was from Fast Times at Ridgemont High, they were just so beleaguered by Eddie Murphy in that first movie, especially. But of course, they all became friends. Such a good movie. Beverly Hills Cops was really good. I was really glad I watched it. I don't know if Eddie Murphy was improvising in some places, but it looked like he did, and every now and then it looked like they were all about ready to lose it, which I would have. I would have died. I don't know how anyone can not break character when they're around so much legend and so much funny things. Archer Collin is here. Harold, sorry, was watching Love live stream. Oh, not a problem at all. Thank you for being here. And well, we got a lot of people from the future. My goodness, don't you all ever go to bed? Let me look at my clock here. It says it is over there. Well, in Cork, it is 12:30 in the morning. And that's the same time zone as England. So yeah, y'all a bunch of night owls. Everyone's saying hello. Yes, hello. We love our archers and our potatoes and all of our European friends. Censored. Wait, were you censored? Hashtag censored? Was there a word that you said? Let me look. Sleep is for the weak and Comies. I deliberately mispronounced that. It's only just tomorrow. That's true. Hi, Spin. Why do good actors have to die? I hate this time. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's just a part of me that is thinking, I don't know, folks are just old. I mean, my parents' generation, they're all getting sick and dying and they're old. It just happens. What is the hour difference? It's 6:30 here in Texas. Well, if you are in Central Time, it's 6 hours. If you are in Eastern Time, it is 5. I have it set to Cork because Cork is the superior city with the superior saint. Thinking of All Saints Day, yeah, we should have a battle of the saints, Potato Revan, on November 1st. But yes, I think Texas is completely Central Time. I honestly don't know. So, anyways, yes, very funny guy and character actor. It's done a lot, an awful lot, but you know, he's with us. Oh, well, of course, speaking of the future, Mr. Grant Gregory is the complete winner. He says, still not over Bob Newhart's death. His shows were a big part of my childhood. Oh, yeah. I didn't really watch that, but I can imagine. I can definitely imagine. I recently started watching some old sitcoms, frankly, when I'm on the airplane. I'm back to now with a full-time caregiving schedule where I'm doing a lot of flying, and I watched the original Cheers, the first season, and it was friggin' hilarious. I think I watched it when I was a kid, but I think a lot of it had gone over my head. Grilla's random thought says, all I said was we can say what we want to. Oh, understood. It's a joke. Okay, well, no problem. Okay. I just thought sometimes they actually will censor people, and I don't always see it. YouTube. Laugh out. Oh, here we go. Potato Run says, you mean the lesser of the two Cork is a toxic wasteland now? What do you mean now? Hey, I've always loved Cork, but it was always a bit of a dump. But I think I know what you're talking about. I've been seeing what's been going on there, like that incident on Oliver Plunkett Street, which I can't even fathom. I can't even fathom. Potato Bread, it's always today, especially when we are the only real time zone. There we go. All the people from the future are so superior. Yeah. Everyone's giving love to Bob Newhart. All right. So who did I have next here? Oh, Chris Offerson, legendary musician. Now my mama, she was totally into this dude. And he was one hot man when he was younger. Holy damn. He was. So 2 thumbs up to Chris Offerson. I knew him first from A Star Is Born, one of the 200,000,000 remakes that they have done for it. He sang Evergreen with Barbara Streisand, did a lot of singing in it. It's just how I knew him first, and how I knew him first was because my mom and all them were always watching it. So, yeah. Mr. Grant Gregory, he could act and he could sing, he could kill vampires. Yes, in Blade. Oh my gosh, I loved him in Blade. Frankly, I just recently watched it for the first time last month. Loved him in it. Looks like we got us a convoy to heaven. Nice. He was 1976, Stars Born in Blade, correct. Only time zone that matters is Central. Reason it's called Central. Ooh. Oh, no, now they're making fun of us for using Fahrenheit. Yikes. It's the worst Star is Born, unfortunately. Yes. I don't like Barbara Streisand. Terrible movie, but fantastic soundtrack. And Barbara Streisand had some great songs in it. He had some great songs. It was a great, great soundtrack. Just rewatched Convoy when I heard the news. Bad movie, but great performance. Yeah. We are actually doing a tribute to him tonight. Oh, okay. Well, people, please be sure to watch Gorilla's Random Thoughts for that later on this evening. Allow me to explain the concept of Zulu time used across the world. Oh, no. Barbara in the movie. Yeah. She is so obnoxious. The only time I liked her is when I would just sit and listen to her voice, rather her singing voice, not her speaking voice, as well as when she was behind the camera. But yeah, she's a very annoying person. But yeah, Chris Christopherson, quite a legend. And who was next? Because there's so many. John Amos. Here we go. Yeah. Good Times. That was a sitcom in the 70s, back when, well, things could be serious, but things could also be funny. Um, we'll never get sitcoms like we did in the 70s. That was before everyone got so uptight. Oh, who knows? Maybe it'll all boomerang back. But yeah, he was the patriarch rather in Good Times. He also played the adult version of Kunta Kinte in Roots. That's how I knew him in those 2 roles. My dad still, to this day, winces when he thinks about what happened to Kunta Kinte's foot. Mr. Grant Gregory says they did him dirty by killing him off screen between seasons. I heard something about that there was some sort of creative differences with the writers, and they did that. Powerful scene, though. Powerful scene. I think we've all seen it as a little bit of a tribute when the wife learns about his death and she's finally just kind of loses it. Good acting. Archer Collins says, oddly, I remember John Amos from his role as Admiral Fitzwallace in the West Ring. Oh, the West Wing. Really? I barely watched that show because that was the start of TV shows that they had like in the 90s and still doing, where there was just propaganda. It was annoying to me, but I'm sure he was great in it. Darren M. He was dynamite. I know a JJ line, but that is the best I can do. Yeah. Ah, Roots. Alex Haley's apparently highly fictionalized family history. Yes, apparently, mm, bit of a scam. Great story, though. Okay, here's the deal. Why didn't the dude just do a fictional thing then? And have like a made up guy looking for his roots and making it into that book and then that series. But no, he had to be a big faker apparently. And mysteriously went away from the planet very soon after that was discovered. I remember some people were wondering about that. Mr. Grant Gregory says he actually had a few things in post production. At the so you're talking about it. Oh, good. So, in other words, that he had finished filming some things and we are going to be seeing him in a few things later this year. Yeah. Well, I look forward to that. Archer Collins says, Miss Martin Muses, despite being a Brit, I actually enjoyed The West Wing. At the risk of being political, I'm amazed at how much of it's coming true just from the other side. Yes. Yeah. 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 No, my mom liked it. She still enjoyed it. I just was starting to get a little bit sick of it, just all the one-sided, the frothing at the mouth Republicans and the so reasonable and calm and loving Democrats, and I'm like, "Listen, we all know they're all BASTARDSs. Don't be playing this. Don't be playing this." It's kind of a bit silly. And let me see. Did I get them all? Okay. All right. So we're going to now move on. Who is next? Oh, Pete Rose. Now, I've said before, I don't know anything much about baseball. I'm not crazy about baseball. I appreciate people that like baseball. However, Pete Rose was a legend in baseball. I first became really aware of him during the gambling scandal and he was taken out of the Baseball Hall of Fame. So I don't know really too much about his baseballish. Is that a word? Baseballdom? Actually, all of those sound kind of wrong. I just don't know. But he was a legend. People that follow baseball know all about him, and he did pass away. What a rough 2 weeks. Yes, it has been. Charlie Hessel, R.I.P. in Pete. Yeah, so we lost a baseball legend. I can't say too much again because I have no idea. Just don't know. But yeah, they kept coming. Passed away on Monday. Okay, now this is a guy that I didn't really know too much about. He played the voice of who did he play the voice of? In the Nightmare Before Christmas, Ken Page. I'm looking this up now. Not going to pretend I know something I don't know. The voice of Oogie Boogie. And he passed away at the age of 70. He was also a Broadway star. He was in Cats. I think he was Old Deuteronomy. I unless I was mistaken. So if anyone knows about him, please chime in because I don't. I just don't. And look who it is. It is not from the future. It is the Nerdporial life form. He says, "Hi, Teresa. Actually, I think you're in the future from me, but you're not even close to the ones from Australia and Ireland and England. Hello, thank you for being here." He says, John Ashton one hurt a lot. I was hoping to see a more Beverly Hills Cop films. Oh, yeah. I mean, I know a lot of dudes that were really devastated. And as I was saying earlier, before you came in the chat, that I didn't know him too much, and I'd only just recently watched Beverly Hills Cop for the first time, but I did appreciate him. Abaldo T, hello. Disney fans' knowledge of Ken Page. That might be a good way of putting it. The only difference is I'm not going to pretend I am a fan, but I saw this online that he also passed away in this weekend. I mean, I don't know if the angel of death had a quota he had to fill or something, but it just seemed like there was a lot of reaping going on. Nerdporial Lifeform says, "It's funny about John Amos. I just watched the episode of Good Times where they killed his character off. Oh my goodness gracious." Yes. Heitzman, ooh man, I liked him in the Nightmare Before Christmas. Yes. Was never a fan of Nightmare Before Christmas, so I don't have these associations, but I know for many it is very moving. Archer Collins says, "They all seem to run together. Have you mentioned David Graham yet? The voice of, amongst others, Grandpa Pig and Thunderbirds Parker." Oh, I was not aware. Thank you for the rose. Yeah, yesterday was a feast of the little flower, so everyone got a rose from heaven. Ken did a lot of voices for rides on the Haunted Mansion ride. Oh, I did not know that. I did not know. So, David Graham. Let me see. I did not. I stopped at 8 for my thumbnail. Oh, he died on the 20th of September. Oh, he voiced the Daleks. Oh my goodness gracious. Ah, thank you, Nordportfolio Lifeform. Yes, we're all giving each other roses. We're all nice people here on Mr. Martin Muses, or very good at hiding it. But I always say that I'm really a psychopath hiding away in a high security prison. But actually, not really, because I wouldn't be able to have this kind of access to the internet. Is this the end? Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, Rage Bait. That's from my next stream. I have been prepared for that for years, rather months, but it just seems like every Monday musings or midweek musings, something else happens. Yeah. No, I'm having this sounds terrible when I say I've been having a good time lately because I've been going backwards to the fantasy realm and the movies that I've been watching. I mean, there's so many good films and so many good books. I'm reading through The Wheel of Time for the first time. As those that know that have been following that, I'm now on The Dragon Reborn, and I've been reading Forgotten Realms. Lots of good things as far as that's concerned. And I almost said comics, except we do have some really good new comics, especially if you are a fan of Conan the Barbarian. There is some amazing work being done with new comics in Titan Comics has been doing that work for Conan the Barbarian, and there's other ones. Oh, and we love our animals here too on Miss Smart Muses, all the way from his iceberg. It is Snortopoopas Kuber. Hello, humans and other critters. Hello. Thank you. Hello. I am 10% into Lord of Chaos myself. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And we'll be talking about these as we go along. So if you want to know more about Wheel of Time, go ahead and give a subscribe to Nordporial Lightform. I did a stream with him, I think, about 2 weeks ago with a friend of his where we discussed reading The Great Hunt for the first time, which I was floored by, absolutely floored by. Okay, if anyone has anything else to say about this actor, like I said, I just don't know too much. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and stop the screen. And of course, if you have any memories of anyone, please still feel free to continue going through and letting me know. Sorry, I just got distracted because my cat just swiped at me. He's trying to get at my microphone. But yes, please continue to do so in the comments. Let's hope it will not be ruined. Oh, Darren M is here. Hello, Darren M. Hello. Oh, wait. No, wait. He's been here. What am I talking about? Snortopoopas just saw that he is here. Take care, every human. Yes, all of us humans and us roses do look after each other. So yeah, that's that. It's been a rough few weeks. Hopefully, we will not need to be adding to any of these because that would completely suck. We want people to live forever. Thank you very much. If you haven't already, and those of you that are watching or will be watching on the replay, please give me a like, share, and a subscribe and a comment. I would love to have that as I continue to keep climbing and going on this journey with you all of things that make me laugh, makes me cry, makes me happy, makes me sad, or just really ticks me off. You know what really ticks me off? Are A dash dash HOLESs on the freeway that go right up your butt when it's stop and go traffic, so that when you stop, they almost hit your car. Genie man. Yeah, I had a situation where we were merging. We were all merging together in a line. It was beautiful. I had a truck in front of me. I was behind the truck. And then there was a dude behind me. We were all going, and all we had to do was stay the same. But this a-hole decided once he got over, oh, there was a bit of a gap. So he zoomed forward so that I couldn't get in. And then the truck couldn't get in, and then the traffic stopped, and we almost had a three-way crash. Luckily, God willing, God blessing the world, I guess, it wasn't my time to have a fender bender. We were able to sort it out. And then the guy still got up my ass, even though there was stop and go traffic. And so when the traffic stopped, he had to slam on his brakes. And I must admit, I said, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. But technically, that could have been a prayer. Hit the bell for notifications. I just did. Thank you. Be like Nordporeal Lifeform. And please feel free, Nordporeal, to throw your link in the chat. So that's what's really ticking me off. I have a very peaceful feeling toward November because I really am prepared for the worst. And I'm just going to be a hermit. And then I'll be a hermit some more. I'm in the second half of my life. I was just hit 50% in May, and I'm going to spend the second 50% giving zero clucks, but praying, of course, because, I've got to keep up my little flower thing, my Carmelite thing. For those of you that don't know, I love the Carmelites. That's where my name Teresa of Avila, the doctor of the church, and then the little flower. But of course, I could never have been a Carmelite. For one thing, I wasn't called to be a nun. Second of all, oh my gosh, they are so intense. But yeah, I love my Carmelites. Not necessary, but thank you. Ah, okay. Colorful metaphors may or may not have been used. Yes. Oh, I would so bad. Well, what makes me mad is people like that cause crashes. And on freeways, people like that also cause fatal crashes. Oh, I was so mad. I mean, the dude in the truck was furious. Darren, they are not the hell your whales. Damn right. Colorful metaphors. Yeah. So I'm strangely at peace about all of that. I've actually been listening to a lot of Gregorian chant. That'll make you very peaceful. Also, I've got these aromatherapy oils, which actually I've got a lot of guys in the chat, so everyone's going to be running if I'm talking about aromatherapy, but it's good for you. Oh, the 31 days of Halloween. 31 days of Halloween. I started it last night with the Underworld. I had never seen that before. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Werewolves, not swearwolves. My theme this October is werewolves. I'm going to see as many werewolves movies as I can, also fitting it in with some of the various challenges of my friends that I'm seeing on Twitter. But it was good. Holy man. I'm sorry that happened. Oh, yeah. Don't. I'm just not going to go there anymore because if people can't friggin' drive, it's absurd. I'm just going to go the long way. Oh, we've got the line from LDS. Latter-day Saints. Conditor me siderum externa lux credentium. Yes, that is from the Requiem. Yes. 29 days in Halloween. Yes, it is. Nordporeal Lifeform. I got Serial Horror started back up looking for guests. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, if it works out with my schedule, send me a link. Werewolf points. Their wolf. Yes. Well, here's the thing. 2 years ago, I did Dracula and everything vampires, but mostly Dracula. So I watched all the Hammer films. I read the original book. Again, I've read the original book 1,000 times. Sadly, I also watched The one with Winona Ryder and Gary Oldman. Terrible movie. So I watched those, and then last year my theme was Frankenstein. Some good movies, some horrendous, and I read for the first time completely the original book, and now I'm doing werewolves. Now here's the problem with werewolves. You can't there's not like an original book, but there is a lot of lore behind it, so it's a lot of fun. Nor Poyo says, Teresa, what is your favorite horror films? Oh my goodness gracious. Well, the classic ones, like for example, The Omen, scared the living blunk out of me. The Omen, Halloween, especially 1 and 2, The Nightmare on Elm Street, the first few Friday the 13th. Oh my gosh. As far as, let me see, does Silence of the Lambs count? I don't know. The Exorcism of Emily Rose, that actually I love. That is probably one of the best exorcism movies you'll ever see. What makes it partly cool is it an exorcism? It's very fascinating the way they do that. For some odd reason, says Archer Collin, about half the medieval songs I know are in Latin and religious. Same. Same. Nothing, though, more beautiful this side of heaven than actually singing them in the context of the Mass. Napoleon says, I just watched Reanimated, end up talking about Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. That was a great book. Yeah. But man, Frankenstein, what a douche in my serial horror. Betsy Palmer as Mrs. Voorhees terrifies me to this day. Yes. Archer says, one of my favorite tabletop RPGs was Werewolf the Apocalypse from the White Wolf. Very well thought out universe to play in. Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, the American Werewolf in London. Beware of the moonlight. Stick to the roads. Man, there's so many good ones. Does Final Destination count? I think it is. I think that could be horror. Thriller 2. Child's Play. I used to read Stephen King. I read Stephen King up to when he finished the Dark Tower series. And then sadly social media happened and I learned that he was also a douche, or I should say French shower. I'm surprised, says Norpoil, how much comedy was in American Werewolf in London. Yes, but man, was it scary. Those scenes in the London underground. Werewolf by Night, says Archer Collin, was about the only decent Marvel show over the last few years. What'd you think of Dark Tower? I thought that they were magnificent, the Dark Tower, the books, and they ended in the only way that they could. So, yay. Is there? Yeah, that's pretty much it. But again, I think that these are just really good ways to learn about and maybe see things that you wouldn't otherwise. Like I got talked into watching the Underworld. Gosh, and I really loved it. Now I want to see the rest of them. Fantastic cast. And everyone was just doing amazing work in it. It had that one actor who always plays Tony Blair. He was great. Bill Nye was great. Kate Beckinsale was great. I cracked me up because I was used to seeing Kate Beckinsale in Bonnet movies. Like she was Emma in one of the Jane Austen movies. So it was really fascinating seeing her play this very, very different character. But, I liked it. Really did, and I want to see more. I don't know if it counts to say The Vampire Diaries. It was a mix of horror and romance and angst and all that stuff, but I really liked it, especially the early seasons. It was pretty hardcore. but then they tried to make Damien like a nice guy. The Reporter Lifeform says, when the big bad was using Harry Potter snitches to kill the main character, was King really trying? Oh, I don't recall. It's been quite a while since I've seen it, and I haven't reread them. I don't think that they are rereadable at all, to be honest. And like I said, Stephen King being a French shower just ruins everything. So it's no longer any fun. Do you like Italian? Gracias pregnant. Oh dear. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, again, please everyone enjoy yourselves, especially as we get toward this holiday season. It can be difficult for a lot of people. A lot of them maybe have some memories, maybe they lost some loved ones, or as the days get shorter, people with seasonal affective disorder. So let's all keep each other cheered up and supportive and sharing what you love, not necessarily what you hate. Not that there was a law against it, but I think that we can help each other through a lot of these things. Star Trek 4, I can quote forever. Yes. And for all of you coming in, this is a bit of free for all stage of this stream, but if you do want to share any memories of any of the people that have recently passed away, please feel free to do so. And we're also sharing a little bit about some horror movies and 31 Days of Halloween that we are kind of going through right now. I never try to do a full 31 because I think that's just too much pressure and too much stress. People can get actually burnt out when they try to do that, and it's like, yeah. Darren says, as Craig Ferguson would say, as Italian Bill Clinton. Oh, what? Oh dear. Good idea. Yes, thank you. Did you just paraphrase Rose Tico? I am so sorry, but you know what? I was saying that before Rose Tico, Archer. I was saying that before her. Nerd Porlia says, I have the perfect one to suggest. Teresa, I will send you a DM. Oh, please do. Please do. Yeah. Trying to think. Yeah, that's pretty much it that I can think of from the different horror things that I'm watching right now. I'm going to be watching The Wolfman, the remake with Anthony Hopkins. I've heard that that's really good. So I'm going to give that a go. Yeah, and then I have personal challenges for myself coming up. Wait, why can't I hide you? Oh, there we go. For example, in November, that's when I like to rewatch every single Harry Potter movie in a row. I'm going to be using my new HD ones. And then Christmas, actually, I don't have any themes with Christmas. That's pretty easy. I usually watch all of the Hallmark ones. And I decided to develop a theme in January. Last year, it was Westerns. And this January, it will be action movies. So if you want some ideas, please go ahead and do so. Nerd Part of the Life Form says, now to watch The Rings of Power for my stream Friday with Feanor. Oh my gosh, that is horror. That is horror. Wait, is it on already? Wait, tonight's Wednesday night. I thought they dropped like in the middle of the night. Unless you're catching up. I'm still catching up. I mean, I'm almost there, but my gosh, isn't it horrendous? Absolutely horrendous. Well, oh, you're still on episode 2? Yeah. I can only watch it in small bursts. It's just not even good entertainment. Not at all. Okay. Well, here's the story ball game, everyone. I'm going to be sending all of you over to Mara Jade Shadow's channel. She's doing a show called Worldwide Weird. It used to be called something different, where she talks with Steve Kenobi about weird things. Like, I don't know, alien sightings and ghost sightings and just weird stories like Florida Man on I almost said the word. I don't know if I want to get in trouble, but please go ahead and go over and read them. It's going to be on in about 30 minutes, I believe. So here's the link to the stream. Nordpolio says, yes, I've been watching Deadwood instead, something actually good. Okay, I will check out Mara's channel. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, show her some support. Because, again, they're trying to do things. She's trying to do things with these Wednesday shows about things that are more fun and uplifting. We got enough cringe and bad stuff in the world. We don't need any more. Yeah, I'm also watching Dexter right now for the first time. I'm on season 6. Bless you, Teresa. Take care. Well, bless you too, Darren M. We need to stand by each other. So thank you, everyone that has been here. We've had Darren M. We had the Norporeal Life Form, Archer Colin, Heisman, Darren M. Let's see. I got Archer Colin, I believe. I got Heisman. Is there anyone? Oh, sort of Pupus Kruber, Ubaldo T. Mr. Grant Gregory, AI. Gorilla's Random Thoughts. And Dadiga Outlaw, Soul Assassin, Potato Revan. If I left out anyone, it is not intentional. Everything just kind of jumps around. See you guys. Yes, thank you. Oh, hello, Conroy 1776. Thank you for being here. And everybody. So, adios, y'all. Yes, adios. Thank you, Soul Assassin. So, have a great day, everyone. Have a great day. And be certain to seize the day. Seize the day, because you never know. You never know when your number's up, so you may as well enjoy it. And Archer, if I need to try to work to get those worked out, things have happened. Let's remember, says Heisman, the good actors and actresses give us best movies and TV shows. Yes, thank you very much. And stay tuned for more House of the Dragon streams, rather Fire and Blood. I've also got a Lord of the Rings one, or rather one based on the works found in the Silmarillion, where the real Rings of Power story is. All right. So again, take care and good night. Except I'm boomering it.